What's up, guys? Another video. Obviously, I've been doing a few recently because a lot of trailers have been dropping and a bunch of cool stuff. If you don't see Netflix on my TV a little bit here, been watching Wednesday, so there's a review for that coming soon as well whenever I finish it. But let's get into what this one is. If you have been watching my other videos, trailers, this one is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. James Gunn's back in the saddle doing the third one, which is something we didn't know if we were going to get or not. For a while, and then they announced it obviously quite a while back. But the fact, because all that drama about Disney and not knowing what to do with him is very much a interesting thing. With that drama, but the fact that he came back, he did the Suicide Squad, which is an amazing movie. I have it on DVD right there. I saw it in theaters. Great film. He did Peacemaker, the TV series. This guy's on a roll, and now he's going to be the head of DC. This is probably his last Marvel film, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do. I thought maybe he might stay on, do a couple of films, but I think he's done. But this trailer, to me, for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, has that comedy that we've grown to love through the Guardians movies and from James Gunn himself. Through the trailer, it's very much the Marvel comedy theme as well. Very much up that alley, but also you get a lot of that vibe of like, this is the end of their story. And where's it going? What characters are going to live to continue on? Which ones are going to die? Or any of them going to live through this story? You get a little bit of like the storytelling aspect in this trailer. I mean, Mantis says we all have to remember where we came from, and you get a lot of shots of young baby Rocket Raccoon, and you see him with a familiar character from, if you don't know, in Otter. I'm not going to spoil that for you. And we see the first look at Will Poulter. I think that's his name. Will Poulter's Adam Warlock, that's going to be a big deal for this movie. I thought maybe he might end up in Endgame because they did tease him before Endgame came out, but they didn't. This character is going to be a threat to the Guardians probably, and probably to a lot of other people. Whether he lives or dies in this movie determines on what he's going to be doing during Secret Wars. And what is Kang going to do with a threat like that? That's one thing I will say about the MCU so far, is they've introduced some of the most powerful threats to the Kang the Conqueror. So far, you have Shang-Chi and his 10 rings. You have the Eternals. You have Star Fox. You have Adam Warlock. You have a lot of these characters. You have the Wanda and Doctor Strange becoming more powerful. It seems like this in the multiverse, the quantum realm. I think this is going to be a very big deal in the scheme of where I think this movie, the Guardians, well, Ant-Man is definitely going to be, the Quantumania is going to be what is Kang doing? This movie, I think, is going to give us what is the Guardians doing? Who's living? Who's dying? And I think many of them might still be around. I think we might still have Rocket, even though the trailer does give you a very sad vibe for Rocket. I think Rocket survives. I think Drax dies, or at the very least, Drax goes off into the sunset, because Dave Bautista isn't going to stay with Marvel after this film. I think that's pretty clear. I think Nebula has been one I've grown to love throughout the MCU story, because it's very different from what she is in the comics, especially during the Infinity Gauntlet story and what she does with the Infinity Gauntlet, and and she's actually become like a full-fledged Guardian in this, and she's very much like a likable character rather than having that darker, oh, this is a bitch type of character, which she is a little bit. But and then what are they doing with Gamora in this? It seems like they got her back. You see the multicolored suits that they're wearing in space, and you see that monster from previous films show back up in this. Like, what is going on in this Guardians movie? And like I said in the Super Mario Brothers trailer, is like, Chris Pratt is fun. I enjoy seeing him in things. So the fact that he's back in this, hey, look, Power Rangers. Sorry, I had to look. But like, just to see him back is entertaining. This is the role he's made for, I think, as Star-Lord. And if he's not going to be Star-Lord anymore, what are we ever going to do a new team? Because they didn't say it was the end of the Guardians, just said the end of this version of the Guardians, which makes me believe that we might get a new team of Guardians by the end of the film. I think that's going to happen. I think Adam Warlock's going to do some damage. I think the underlying villain, which I don't think Adam Warlock's going to be the only villain in this film. I think we're going to see some Kree, we're going to see some Skrull, stuff, even either referenced or mentioned. What the galaxy has happened, because we haven't seen a lot of where the things that are not on Earth, the dusting and how that plays a factor into the multiverse and the universe and the galaxies, um, rather than just the Earth based. So I'm excited to see that. You do see the funny scene with the Drax throwing a ball to the girl on this planet. You know, that was really funny. Um, I mean, you get the Drax funny of like, I'm gonna kill them all. No, okay, I'm just gonna kill one lonely, pathetic guy like that. Just that hit me in the feels because that's me. Pathetic people. I'm just kidding. But like, it's like exciting. It looks fun. I can't wait to see Will Poulter. This kid, I've seen him in like Maze Runner. He was in Maze Runner. He was in what it was I forgot that comedy. The Millers. We Are the Millers. There we go. Like seeing this kid go from this weird kid to this, or everyone like the meme. He became this. Puberty hit him like a truck. He's been working out. You know, he's been in other stuff. You need to watch some other stuff this kid's been doing. But I loved him in Maze Runner. I loved him in We Are the Millers. I loved him in a few other projects. And to see him, and I never thought he would enter the MCU. I never thought he was that kind of actor to join the MCU. And the fact that he's in is very interesting. Just like Chris Pratt joining the MCU was very interesting when he first joined. I just can't wait to see where this film goes. I think it's going to be very sad by the end of the film. I think it's going to be, because like we saw Black Panther, and Black Panther was very much, or the Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2, aka Wakanda Forever, is very much a different film, a very slow film, very much a tribute film, a very slower paced Marvel film. I really enjoyed that film, but it's a slower paced film, and I don't think young kids would not like that film. Rather than this movie, I think it's going to be a lot of color, a lot of action. It's going to have that, but it's also going to have like the James Gunn style to it, and it's also going to be very sad that we're going to lose some Guardians. I think we're going to lose them. And the trailer kind of gives you that vibe of this is the end of our story. And Mantis giving that, like, we need to remember where we came from. I think we're going to see a lot of their origins. To those that we haven't seen as much, I think we're going to have Groot still by the end. I think Rocket is 50-50 chance. I think Drax is 100% probably going to die, more than likely. I think we're going to see the Gamora and Star-Lord coupling, finally, like, blossom together in the story again with this different Gamora. And I think Nebula and Gamora are going to make up a little bit as well in the story. I think it's going to be a very much beautiful encapsulating of a trilogy for Marvel, because that's what they need for the Guardians. Guardians needs that story weave in it, and I think we're going to see Sean Gunn's Ravager character also be involved. I think, in my opinion, I think they're going to reference Thor and his time with the Guardians, and a lot of other things that are happening in the multiverse and the dusting. And the trailer kind of gives me that vibe of that is going to happen. This we're going to know where we're going by the end of that movie. And I think that's what the exciting thing is. James Gunn's last film, he can go all balls to the wall on it. I think a little bit within the realms of what Marvel allows you to do. If you wanted to see him go with no rails, Peacemaker is a good place to watch, and the Suicide Squad movie is another one that I want James Gunn to really do a Harley movie. I think he would be the perfect guy to direct and write, or both, a Harley Quinn movie, or give him the tools to do a Gotham City Sirens. But that's not what we're here to talk about, DC. But I think, what do you think of that? I love the little moment of just like the flashback for Rocket. I think everyone's gonna, if you don't know his origin, you're gonna be sad. I think we're gonna get a version of that. I don't know what kind and how much of it is gonna be in the film, and I think that's gonna be, and to see Bradley Cooper actually get to do that is really cool. Because I really wanted him to have that shot to allow him to explore the Rocket, and before the end of the story, if it's Rocket's last hurrah. To the story. I love the Guardians movies, man. That the first one really knocked out of the park. That's a group of characters that a lot of people didn't know before that movie, the first Guardians movie came out. I was reading Guardians not too long. I was like, I'm not a gigantic fan, but I did read a few Guardians books before that movie was even announced. But I wasn't like a massive fan. But I did know a little bit about the Guardians, especially with the various teams, and that the movie team isn't the original team of the Guardians. If you would understand that. That's not the huge group of the Guardians. It's a very great popular team of the Guardians, but it's not. I love that. I love the comic books where they recently did, which for no reason, Cyclops was in a version of the Guardians. Shadowcat was dating Star Lord at one point in the Guardians as well, and then like half the team was dead, and there was different people. They had Cyclops' brother was in the team at one point, and it's just weird. It's weird. The comics are weird with the team and how they rotated out Yondu and all these other characters coming in. They did a Ravager series, which was really cool in the comics because of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, which is really cool. And it's a cool team, and James Gunn really gave the tools to these characters that nobody would have ever cared about. In my opinion, nobody would have cared about these characters if it wasn't for the movies. And this movie is going to make me sad at the end. I think that's the goal of this film, is that it's going to make you laugh and it's going to make you cry. And that's what Endgame did for a lot of people. And what they did for me, Infinity War did the same thing as well, where it had that comedy, but had that. That's what this phase has been missing, is that really heavy factor too. We had a little bit in Thor. That was a little bit too jokey throughout the whole thing, but it was fun. Black Panther had too much of the downing, and not as much as the lighting, and a lot of the action was missing from that film. From the Wakanda Forever, keep calling Black Panther 2, but Wakanda Forever. And I think this movie's gonna have that vibe of the Endgame kind of Marvel that we've been missing. And it seems like we're on a course of, this is the end of time. And I think this is where Quantumania in this film, Volume 3, is gonna definitely lead us to where we're going, for King the Conqueror. And I think Adam Warlock gonna realize that by the end of the film, King the Conqueror, if they don't kill him by the end of the film. It depends on what they do. The Guardians do pretty well at not trying to kill their foes in the films. I think this is going to be a big step in We Are the Guardians, and we are going to try to save everything. And I think what happens to Adam Warlock at the end of the film is what we're going to know with the Guardians. I think people are going to die. I think we're going to find some information out. I think the end credit scene is actually going to be Adam Warlock and either Adam Warlock and Star Fox type of thing, or it's going to be Adam Warlock and King the Conqueror. I think King the Conqueror is going to be a big deal in this, and to the story of this film and the universe. And I think the Guardians are living in elsewhere, and they haven't watched that Christmas special, which I'm going to do as well. There's a lot of stuff I'm going to be doing soon. So, I mean, I would love to know what your thoughts on the trailer was. I mean, this is just my general thoughts on the trailer. Like I said before, I just watched it and I throw my thoughts out when I watch them, because that's a lot better than trying to nitpick and see all the different Easter eggs. I'm excited to see where Groot has been being bigger, bulkier, and I can't wait to see like the different designs that they've been trying to do for Groot as well. But I'm interested to see what y'all think. I'd love to know what people think about the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 movie, as well as like my thoughts on the Indiana Jones as well. And I think there's just so many things I love film, I love movies, I love different things. I want to see Babylon in theaters as well, but I don't know when I'm going to be able to see that. Cocaine Bear is another one me and Mark wanted to see. And there's a few films that are coming out soon, and Avatar. A few movies that I can't wait to see. But I would love to know your thoughts on the Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which comes out next year in 2023, man. Can't believe it's already 2023. I'm getting old. I'm going to turn 30 in next June. But I'd love to know your thoughts on the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer. Let me know in the comments what you like, what you didn't like, what you think might happen, what you hope, what the vibe of the trailer gives to you. What did I miss from the trailer? What Easter eggs did I miss? These are just my initial thoughts on just watching it and not diving deep into it. With like I watch a guy named Emergency Awesome. I think that's his channel name. He's a great guy if you want to know breakdowns of trailers. He's very entertaining. He gives you pretty much things you might have missed, and the Easter eggs and references to old continuities within the comics and within the MCU that you might miss in movies, whether it's a full movie, trailers, casting, and all that cool stuff. He's really cool. But this is just my general thoughts, so that's why I throw these out here. It's already 15 minutes long. Holy shit! I mean, people can get their thoughts out way quicker than I can. But yeah, I'll see you in another video. This is Bloodhaven Gaming. I'll see you in another one. Thank you for watching. If you care.